My name is Mark Gerritsen and I'm a creative professional. I do architecture, design, photography, I make art, and I have done this at various stages in my life. I've built about 10 houses for my own use, and I've designed all the furniture, I made all the furniture, I photographed the houses. In this house, I've really taken all the things that I've done in my life to a point where it's all come together in this particular project. I really like to use the local material, what is available, and that dictates which way I'm going to go with the design. I like to use very simple materials to elevate the design and let the design be shown through that. I don't want the materials to dictate a strong, overbearing sense onto the design. I have lived in Australia the longest in my life, and it has really impacted me in terms of the level of design that I was surrounded by in Australia. There's an enormous amount of modern design, even outside the cities. Also, what really has influenced me in Australia is there's a lot of living outside the house, and we've tried to incorporate that here in this house by even having the patio doors really open up, so you can easily walk in and outside, and we have the two areas, the outside area and the inside area, open towards each other. This is the project I worked the longest on. I have learned so many different things from all the other houses, and this house I've worked on for 5 years, so in terms of length it's just epic. Our property is 40 acres, and we actually only have physically landscaped maybe 1 or 2 acres. With this property we try to keep the maintenance at an absolute minimum. We have a steel coating over the house, or the siding and roof, that basically will last for the next 75 to 100 years. I have actually found little tin cans on the property that date from World War II. There is no maintenance to be done on the siding, on the roof and the gutters. And the wooden doors that we built, they are made from mahogany, and mahogany is one of the best woods to basically build doors out of. They resist rot, they resist humidity, dryness. And because we have built the house on a slope, the immediate surrounding of the house is actually very minimal. So the less you have, the less you have to take care of. The maintenance on the road is maybe 1 day a year where we have to clean the gutters, and everything just stays as it is. Erosion is actually one of the major problems when you live in a property like this. And the management of erosion that is caused by water is very important. So that's why we have worked a lot on building the road in such a way that the erosion will not have any effect, or the water will not cause any erosion. And also on the south side of the house we have put in a lot of terraces, so there is no erosion there either. We have a well here, a fairly deep well of 860 feet deep, that pumps water into a cistern of 1,200 gallons. In the studio we take water off our roof into 2 400-gallon totes that we can use for maintenance, for watering the gardens. As we live in Colorado, there's always a danger of forest fires. Luckily, we live in an area where there has been a forest fire on the west side of us, so a lot of the fuel has been taken away so that forest fires will not be able to reach us. We do not see any neighbors here. We don't hear any neighbors. We don't hear any roads. We are living here in a very remote location, although we are also 20 to 25 minutes away from the city of Fort Collins. It is absolutely super quiet here. The studio here on our property is 1100 square feet, and I always wanted to have a studio where I can virtually make everything. I can work with steel, with leather, with wood. Some people ask me, oh, are you a woodworker? Are you a steel worker? But I'm a designer, so I really like to have the tools there to use for the designs that I create. So I can work with wood, with leather, with steel, with stone, to implement these things in the house. It's been really amazing to live on this property. On the 40 acres there are about 2 to 3 miles of trails, so you can explore this property really easily. On our doorstep is National Forest, and that goes on towards the Rocky Mountains, so you can imagine how much land there is to explore. And then on our property we have a beautiful wood-fired sauna with a cold plunge. So being in nature here in absolute silence has been an absolute dream for the last 5 years.